Welcome to Rocks Talks, the podcast that helps network marketers grow their business on social media. Do you ever have that waning feeling inside of you where you're like, man, oh man, I really want this to work, but I'm just not sure it's going to? Or how do I make something work this time? Like this time it's going to be different. There's a song John Legend sings called This Time It's Really Good. You should check it out. Today we're going to break down how you can make it different, how you can make it this time as you're going through getting to your goal. Maybe it's a title advancement. Maybe you're rocking out wanting to get more sales and you're trying something new on social media. This podcast episode is going to show you how to make it so that this time it actually really works. And if you've been at the summit, perfect timing for this, because of course you've just consumed all these great things and you're probably wondering what next? How can I make sure this works? So we're going to dive into that in a moment. People often ask me, Roxanne, what is it that you use to do your streaming on Facebook and YouTube? Great question. I love to use BeLive. I've been actually using BeLive now for over a year. And the reason I enjoy it so much is it allows me to have customizable capability so that my videos don't just look like everybody else's, even in my lives. One of the great features I love is that I can pop up comments that people post during my live streams. And that's so captivating because it brings in engagement and also shows people who might be watching in different places where the conversation is going. It brings everyone together and it really helps with sales. If you'd like more information on how to use BeLive and how it might be that jolt that you need to work your Facebook lives and then some, I highly recommend that you check it out. To find out more information, just go to the Rocks Talks podcast page. And by the way, while you're there, if you use the code Social Summit, you'll get 14 days, 2 weeks free with BeLive and 20% off on any program after that. That's a great deal. Social Summit. So check out BeLive because it is the place to be live. Get it? All right. So a lot of you are finishing up your last day of the summit, or maybe you just finished the summit and you're probably like, okay, I saw all these great things. How do I capitalize on it? How do I make this the year where it's not just I went to a summit, I heard all these wonderful strategies, and then I sat on my hands and did nothing? Y'all, that is the worst thing, in my opinion, that could happen. That is not why I create the Social Media for Network Marketers Summit. That's not why I talk to you on a weekly basis. I want you to make those transformations in your life and in your business that are going to help you get that rank advancement. That's going to help you get that trip. It's going to help you make the sales you've been wanting to make. And so today I'm going to give you 4 tips, 4 things. I'm going to give you the 4 biggest reasons why you haven't been successfully getting to where you need to go, and things that you can do to flip those scripts. So the number one reason that I found that people don't reach their goals, that you're like, okay, it's not, I learned all these things, but I did nothing with it. I started a new program perhaps, and I'm still just sitting here and I'm just going to cancel it because I don't know what to do with it. So one of the reasons is that you didn't make it a priority. It sounds so simple, but making it a priority goes beyond deciding and purchasing or saying I'm going to do something. You actually have to physically and mentally make it a priority. So how do we do that? How do we make things a priority? Well, here are a couple ways that I recommend. First and foremost, remember, if you say, okay, I'm going to rock social media, I'm going to rock my Instagram, and you just say that you're going to do it, that's not really making it a priority. What I found is when we invest in something with our time and with our money, we take it more seriously. I'm going to say that again. When you actually invest in it, you take it more seriously. If I go to Google University or go to some free something or other, I'm like, oh, that's cool. I'll do that. And I just keep those notes there. The odds of me, or I save bookmark the page on Google, the odds of me going, no, Roxanne, this little nugget is something you really need to consume, goes down because I didn't really invest money or time in it. You know, we think we want discounts on things, but at the end of the day, the things you pay the most for are the things you value the most. I'm going to say that again. The things you pay the most for are the things you value the most. And how do we pay for things? With actual with money or with time? So then think about that. If you really want to, for example, make Instagram a priority, make Facebook a priority, make social media in general a priority to help you with your business, then I recommend you invest your time and, I'm going to say that weird word again, money in it. Invest in a program that's going to help you. Don't sit there and go around Google, because listen, you might go, well, I spent a lot of time on Google. Yeah, but did you, like, how many squirrels did you go down that path? Invest your time and money into something, because when you do, you show up for it. We show up energetically and then some better for something that we've invested in, right? Come on, think about that. We really, truly do. And so get really clear on that and say, okay, if I'm really going to grow my business, I am going to make this marketing portion of it a priority. I'm going to invest in a program like Social Stories, or even Elite, where you're like, okay, I'm investing this money in it. I got to show up because I invested that money and my time in it. Make it a priority. I'm going to say it again. Make it a priority. Now, you also need to make it a priority if you are in a program like that. Put the things on your calendar. Show up for them. Show up for what you've said that you're going to be a part of, because that will make a huge difference in you deciding it's a priority. If you always give yourself an excuse not to show up and be there, well, then by golly gee willikers, it is not a priority, and you will find that you're not going to get to your goal. It's not even a matter of did I get there faster than the other person. It's about, did I really give my journey a chance to learn these things and to cultivate these things? Okay. Another reason why we often don't find success, we often don't reach our goals in network marketing, is because we're going to the wrong source. Seriously. We are assuming that someone with a higher title than us, or in our upline, knows everything about everything, and they are the gospel, the Bible, and we think that as a result, that's all we need, where we need to go. I've heard people say, yeah, my network marketing company says, don't go anywhere else for any more advice on anything. We've got it all for you. They actually frown upon lifetime learning and getting the goods from the best out there. That boggles my mind and baffles me. But I want you to really step back and think about that. How many of you have had to do any type of homeschooling with your kids over the last year? Are there some subjects that you are really good at and some you're like, oh my gosh, they need to go to someone else. I cannot help with this. Just because you're mom, and you are super mom, don't get me wrong, does not mean you're good at everything or that you can teach it all, right? School-wise, and teach all the subjects. So why should your upline or even your corporate, the company, know everything? Their focus, their magical unicorn ability is on their actual product, right? That doesn't mean they know all of the things when it comes to social media. Y'all, I hear some whack-a-do advice, expert, I'm not even gonna say that, advice that comes out of network marketing, where like, I went to this training and they told me I need to be posting 5 times a day. What are you posting 5 times a day that's of value? Absolutely nothing. And if you took those comments and you took them to experts in the social media field, they would be like, are you kidding me? Say what? So stop going to the wrong source for things. Now, I'm not tooting my horn. I might be a little bit, but literally, I have an expertise in network marketing and in social media. So you just listening to this podcast or watching it are in a good spot to know that you're going to get sound information. And I also don't try and live back in 2017. I mean, I'm sure it was a phenomenal year, but I don't believe in giving people techniques that worked back in my day or back before the algorithm switched. So really get clear on making sure that you are understanding your upline, the top person in your company, even corporate. They are good for some things, but they're not good for all things. I'll tell you right now, there's certain types of things even online that I'll go, that's not my bailiwick, but I can send you someone who's really good at it. Yeah, social media is my thing. But if you want to be the best YouTube person and grow your business on YouTube, I'm not gonna sit here and teach you all those things. I'm gonna go to Erica Vieira. She's got your back. She is a YouTube queen. Accept that it's okay that they don't know everything, and then take them off the pedestal that you've put them on, thinking that just because they said it and they say it worked for them means it actually worked. I mean, we'll just leave it at that. Okay. Now, the next reason people have a hard time is because you don't actually believe it's going to work for you. You been there? Like, oh, well, it works for her, but it's not going to work for me. This is not going to work for me. Listen, if you don't believe that social media is going to work for your network marketing business, guess what? It's not going to do. It is not going to work. Now, I typically hear this a lot with people who are like, oh yeah, Roxanne, I tried Instagram. It just doesn't work for me. Okay. When you say you tried it, or I tried Facebook, I tried my Facebook business page and it just doesn't work. I'm like, okay, that is an interesting comment when you said it didn't work for you. Let's unpack that, because here's what I know is true. When I go back and unpack it with them, they didn't actually really try it. Even if they're into, I'm like, okay, so you posted 4 times over the last 2 months and it didn't work for you. Or you did a video, but you didn't use any of the strategy or technique to make the video successful and didn't work for you. So it's not really that it didn't work. It's that you didn't actually apply, right, what needed to be done. But let's unpack that even further. You started with the belief that it wasn't going to work for you. If we believe it's not going to work, guess what? It's not going to do. It's not going to work. If you're like, this is not my platform, then it's not your platform. And I don't try and actually fight those things. If I listen to what you say, so if you tell me that something is not your platform, I will encourage you to head to another platform that is, because I know that your belief system is so strong, right? We believe it and then we see it. Let me say that again. We believe something and then we see it. That is the trajectory. That is the order. So if you believe it's not going to work for you, you're going to see all of the ways it doesn't work for you. Now, if you believe it's going to work for you, you're going to see all the ways it is working for you. You picking up what I'm putting down? Could be the exact same scenario. There's a reason that the half glass full and half empty is a thing. Same glass. It's just how you see it. So I want you to ask yourself, do I actually believe it can work for me? And if you don't, then I want you to work through that. One of the things we have in Social Stories is something called Mind Your Media. Special program that I had put together because I was seeing so many people struggle with the belief that they could A, do social media, and B, do network marketing, and C, do those together. And so it's 30 days, and they're little snippets of mind work that help you get in the right mindset to believe and understand that you are capable. It's really been helpful, and many go through it. They go through it, and then after, seasons, go through it again. Because different things happen, right? New level, new devil, where your mind might not believe that you can get to where you want to go. It's one of the special bonuses that I just believe that all Social Stories members should have access to, because let's face it, network marketing is a mind game. That's the word I'll use for it today. Game. We'll call it a game. All right. Now, the fourth thing, and this is a biggie, the fourth reason that it's not you haven't gotten there before, and something you could tweak today is consistency. And it's interesting, during the summit, one of the questions I asked people, what's your biggest struggle? And consistency came up more than ever. And it does. It's a real thing, consistency. If you are not consistent about the right things, consistency is key. It's not going to work. So how do we tweak that? How do we become more consistent? Well, first and foremost, surrounding yourself with a community of people who are focused on being consistent about the same thing really helps. Don't you think? And you're probably like, yeah, I've got my team. Or maybe like, I don't really have a team though, Roxanne. I actually didn't mean your network marketing company. Believe it or not, that's not what I meant. I meant joining a community like the community we have in Social Stories of women and men who are really focused on building their business on social media, building their network marketing business, coming from all sorts of different network marketing companies. And they're there to help each other and cheer each other on and bounce ideas off of and really focus on it. Because here's the thing, in your network marketing company, your team is awesome, but your team has different belief systems. What's right when it comes to social media and what works and what doesn't work. And maybe it's all different. And so you're dealing with trying to even maybe explain Clubhouse is a thing that I want to rock. Or, you know what? I found that even though everyone keeps saying Instagram is the place to be, Facebook is where I'm going to rock it. One of the great things about Social Stories is a community of people who are embracing where they are because they know who they are. Please don't take away who you are from this equation. It's so important. They know their target market, and then they're finding and discovering how to work social media to grow it. You want the same things. You do. You want to advance in title. You want to stop being your best customer, right? You want to be able to get that trip. And in order to do that, you want to be using social media to make that happen. And you can definitely do that. It's a matter of surrounding yourself with people who are supportive to that. And there's something kind of nice about being in a community of people who don't benefit directly from what you do or harmed by it, right? Again, the idea that someone who's helping you and giving you advice knows, I make no money off of her if she does this. right? They're like, I don't make, but here's a place where you guys can have the spot of no judgment and really work through it together. I highly believe community is a big way. The next way I'd say for you for consistency is to get a coach. Get a social media coach whose specificity is in network marketing. And maybe that's me. Maybe I'm your person. I love coaching, so let's do it. If it's not me, find someone who is. Okay. One of the things I love to do with the elite members is I get to do one-on-one coaching with them, and then group coaching as well too. And it's all about for me, it's all about seeing where you are, giving you that focus you need, and let's get you to that, whatever that hurdle you're struggling with, whatever that thing you're like, I don't know. For some people, it's goal setting. For others, it's like figuring out how to help their team, and how to motivate their team. Others, it's like, I want more sales. How can I personally get more sales with who I am and what I'm selling? It runs the gamut, but it is a joy. I love it selfishly because I feel like I'm part of all of these network marketing companies. Love you all. And I get to help you unpack and take that puzzle and really grow it. The thing about having one-on-one coaching or even group coaching is that you have that accountability, and accountability helps you with consistency. The thing about being in a community is community helps you with accountability, and accountability helps you with consistency. All right. There's some other nuances when it comes to consistency that I like to work through with people, but those are the big, like having community and a coach will help you get there. So if you're sitting here and you're like, oh my gosh, it's February, end of February. I hear you, Roxanne. This is the month for network marketing to be like, get really clear on where you want the rest of the year, the next 10 months to be. And you've probably, if you're at the summit, you've got some ideas of where you want to go, but you're like afraid you're not going to get there. The reasons you probably haven't got there in the past: you didn't make it a priority. You looked at the wrong source. And don't be afraid, well, what if it's the wrong source now? Because if you believe that it's going to work, that's going to help you. And then you're consistent about it. Those 4 things. So make it a priority. Find the right source, the right place to be getting your information, and discern. Ask yourself, does what she's saying make sense? If it doesn't, maybe I do need to find a different source. 3, believe it's going to work. You get to decide if it's going to work. And 4, get your consistency on. And I gave you ways to do all 4 of those things. But I will say this, I should mention, whether you're at the summit or not, Social Stories is open right now for a little snippet of time officially. Well, it's a little snippet of time, it is open. And I would love to invite you to be part of what is a fantastic community of network marketers who are growing their business, who are getting to their goals, who are using social media and have understanding and learning how to use social media to build their business. So check that out. I'll put a link below, or you can go to socialstoriesmembership.com and get more information on that. But I'd love to see you inside that. All right. So we're going to right into behind the scenes. It's been a whirlwind. While I'm recording this, it's literally the 12th. So I have been in summit mode this entire time, and I love it. It's my happy place. Really excited about all of the fantastic people already who've signed up, who are getting jazzed and ready to go. It's going to be so good. And it's funny because it'll be the last day when you listen to this, but I feel really excited and called to be doing this work with you. And I know that the transformation's already happening. So I'm so excited about that. You might be like, what's next after that? Well, after that, I just mentioned, Social Stories is opening up. And so March for me is going to be all about serving my community and serving network marketers, helping them with what they've learned from the summit, take that to just grow that and grow their business, so that this time next year, they're going to be like, I did what? I accomplished what? I need new goals. I love it. So it's been a lot of fun with that. We also yesterday, little side story, personal story. We went up to LA because it's just an appointment we had to go to, Scott and I. And you guys know if you've been listening for a while, you know he had his journey with blood clots and whatnot. So we're just doing his annual checkup. And I thought we were going to get back in the car and come home. And he was like, your social media, your pictures are old. I'm like, I know, dear. It's like, it's time for you to get new pictures. So he just stopped the car and he's like, give me your phone. And he started taking pictures. Do you know how sweet that was? And so he took me like 3 or 4 different places outside and took some pictures just because he was tired of my pictures and thought I needed new ones. I'm like, I'm glad I put on makeup. I'm glad I look somewhat decent, but I thought it was really sweet of him. Because yeah, I've been in this box. No, this is my studio and I love it. But I've been here for about a year. So there hasn't been a lot of picture taking. So it was really sweet of him to do that. So you may see some new pictures on my social media. Just heyday. I'll wait till my team finds out I got new pictures. So that was a lot of fun. It's those little things. I was like, I feel like we just went on a date. That was kind of fun. The things, we're all surviving and thriving. And so that's a good thing. All right. So I will see. Oh, one more reminder. Just want to let you guys know. Clubhouse every Friday. And I'm actually about to go and do the Clubhouse social selling show or room, I should say, coming up right here. But I would love for you, if you're on Clubhouse and you just want to check it out, or you would like to get some one-on-one time, or it's a group on time, not one-on-one, but I'd love to have you on the show. Pop on and join us. 9:30 a.m. on Fridays Pacific time. We'll see you there. It's been a great community so far, and it just keeps on growing. It's just very organic and comfortable. So I'd love to see you there. And the title of the show is Social Selling. And we're gonna morph with that. Also, I should mention one other thing, since I'm just popping out the things. My show with Be Live is coming up again a week from Wednesday. So let's see, doing the math. Wednesday is the 18th, maybe. So, the 25th. Oh, golly. I'll put it down below. But anyhow, I'd love to see you there live on YouTube. I'll be streaming and we'll be talking about hero products and how to grow your business with your hero products. So I will see you then. All right, you guys, you are not ahead. You're not behind. You're exactly where you need to be. And I, for one, am so glad you're here with me. I will see you next week with another great episode of Rocks Talks. Take care.